So we would always go camping, but in a place where they had prefabs, like buildings. And we would go into the buildings to cook dinner or eat in there, or maybe do like activities inside of the buildings, and then there'd be showers and stuff. But then next to all of those buildings, there's just a big expanse of fields and trees and this kind of stuff. And we would camp in tents in the fields. And one time it started snowing while we were camping, and everyone was freezing their asses off. So we decided to go and sleep in the prefabs instead. There were some prefabs that actually had beds in them, like bunk beds. So we were going to sleep in there instead of sleeping in the tents, which is much more pleasant generally. But me and this guy, the guy that squeezed the shit out of the pheasant, we, for some reason, got in a hut that had a hole in the fucking roof. So it was snowing into the place where we were sleeping, which is worse than being in a tent. At least in a tent, the snow goes outside and is in some sense a thermal insulator at the very least. This time, there was a big fucking gaping hole in the top of the hut, and it was just snowing straight inside. I've never slept less than I did that night. I was fucking unbelievably freezing. I was just dying. I just shivering to pieces. So we couldn't sleep. So instead we got up and we were just doing the classic thing that a bunch of lads would be doing when it's snowing outside, just trying to piss and see if we could write our names in the snow with our piss. And then we decided that it would be really funny to take off our shoes take off one of our shoes. We only used one shoe, and make shoe prints over the top of the leader's car. So his car was totally covered in snow, and we put shoe prints, only one shoe though, only like one shoe, over the top of his car. And then we went back to bed, we didn't think anything of it, this kind of stuff. And we finally got a little bit of sleep, got like maybe an hour's sleep. We woke up to this guy going mental. I mean, mental. He was like, "Who the fuck walked over my car in the night? Who the fuck was this?" Yeah, just so angry. More angry than I'd ever seen him before, ever. And we were pissing ourselves laughing. And so he immediately knew that it was us. But we tried to explain to him that the person he was looking for was a one-legged man. Because it was only the left shoe. It's like someone had hopped over his car. And so it took a long time. It took maybe 10 minutes to calm him down and make him realize that we had just placed the shoe prints over the top of his car, and we hadn't actually played hopscotch over the top of his Fiat Punto. But he was so angry. And the reason he was so angry was he had to spend the entirety of the morning, like the last 3 hours, trying to make the gas and water pipes work. There was gas and water coming into this establishment, and they ran through pipes, and they had frozen up. And so there was no water for anybody to use. We couldn't go to the bathroom, we couldn't wash, we couldn't shower, we couldn't cook even, couldn't do anything. And so all of the leaders, there was maybe 4 leaders, had taken it in turns to piss on the water pipes to get them going again. And then they'd been bringing out people to piss on different sections of the water pipes to get them running. And so they'd spent their whole morning doing that, completely drained, both mentally and in terms of their bladder. And then had thought that some cheeky cunt had just been running over their car in the snow. But yeah, how good is that? Just pissing on water pipes to keep them going in the morning. It was fucking cold, man.